the good and bad of mindfulness. There's a reason that mindfulness is not super popular in war-torn third world countries. It's because being fully present doesn't necessarily make you feel any better when your bedroom lost a wall 5 seconds ago. That moment sucks. You don't want to be present for that moment. Get out of that moment. Go see a Dwayne Johnson movie or something. This highlights, though, why mindfulness is so important and helpful in the first world. We're biologically predisposed to default to the negative, to focus on the one problem we have at work, or the one flaw in our relationship, or the one person who doesn't like our lizard portraits, and we tend to spiral down rabbit holes with those thoughts so often that the end result is just a bad life. But, when instead of focusing on the worst parts of reality, we instead just perceive and enjoy the marvelous reality as it is, we can start to snap out of our ungrateful, miserably whiny funks and remember what makes life so great. Deliberate, direct mindfulness is what helps us do this. It allows you to feel a greater degree of gratitude, excitement, and peace throughout your daily life. You suddenly have thoughts of, wow, this conversation with another person that I'm actually present for is blowing my mind. This couch is so comfortable I feel like I could die right now. This is what sex actually feels like? Why did I ever let my mind wander? Oh god, I just came. And of course, that makes us feel better, and as a result allows us to better focus on the world and what we're doing. So what could possibly be bad about this? The potential downside of mindfulness. In the process of jumping 1,000% onto the mindfulness bandwagon, we tend to support this popular notion of stop living in the past and the future, and to only live in the now. The problem is that thinking of the past and the future sometimes is, useful. Let's look at an example. I am tasting each bite of this pizza and fully embracing and focusing on this experience. And, fuck me, this is far better than thinking about my overwhelming mortgage or the long-term effects of climate change or how it could have come across as less creepy to my coworker yesterday. I may never think about any of that ever again. Well, cool. Then you'll never address any problems ever and nothing will ever get solved, and the planet will burst into a hurricane of flames in like 9 minutes. Thanks, asshole. You see, you should have something close to a plan, and you should feel a little freaked out about what you're going to do sometimes. Those things both involve looking into the future, and they're both healthy and inspire productivity. You should also keep the past in mind. I mean, duh, this is why we learn history. If your response to lessons from the past is just to say, sorry, that already happened, I'm fully in the present right now, then you're liable to keep hammering yourself in the dick. So it's a weird little piece of reality, but there it is. If overused, mindfulness of the present can be a form of escapism. It can be a distraction from all of the shit you actually need to worry about. So here's the situation. People who can't live in the moment absolutely suffer. They become overcome by anxiety, depression, and they don't enjoy pretzels enough. They become antisocial, and they miss out on a lot of what life has to offer. People who live exclusively in the moment don't have real plans and don't see potential problems coming, nor do they often come up with creative solutions to hard problems. They're people who don't contemplate their situation or think ahead in life, or exercise their thoughts adequately. Morons. So point being, let's do what we can to avoid both extremes. For more on how to do this, check out my full article, The Balancing Act of Mindfulness.